Can a function approach two different numbers at the same point? It sounds impossible until we remember that we can approach a point from two different directions, from the left and from the right. If those two sides disagree, something very important happens to the limit. In the previous lesson, we approached x equals 2 from values which were smaller than 2, and we saw that the function we used to have, which was f of x equals x squared minus 4 over x minus 2, approaches 4. Now, let's try to approach 2 from values which are greater than 2, 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. We can see that at 2.1, the function value, by substituting 2.1 instead of x, will be equal to 4.1. When x is 2.01, the corresponding value of f of 2.01, would lead to 4.01. When x is 2.001, the corresponding f value would lead to the value of 4.001. Again, we can see that even if we try to approach x equals 2 by greater values, the entire function values approach number 4. To distinguish the direction of approach, we use what we call one-sided limit notation. For a left-hand side, we would use this negative sign as it's not a subscript, it's to the exponent power. So we would have written limit of f of x when x tends to 2, and here we would have put the negative sign. Similarly, the positive sign in place of the exponent here, this means that we approach x equals 2 from the right, from values which are greater than 2, and that means 2.01, 2.01, 2.001, and so on. What happens when these two sides agree? When both sides agree, which is exactly what happened in the function we are using in this and the previous video, then we say that there is actually a limit at that place. So, in order for the limit to exist, we need the two side limits to be equal to each other. What happens when the two sides disagree? Then we would not have a unique limit at that point. Let's see this second example. We have a piecewise function. F of x is x plus 1 when x is smaller than 2. It's x plus 3 when x is greater than 2. And it gets equal to 2 when x equals 2. We'll begin with the side limits. From the left, when x is smaller than 2, we should use the piece that says that f of x is equal to x plus 1. Therefore, that one-side limit would lead to limit of f of x when x is approaching 2 from the left is limit of x plus 1 when x tends to 2 from the left, which would be equal to 2 plus 1 equals 3. Similarly, when x is greater than 2, in order to find the limit, we need to use the limit from the right. This time, we would be using the x plus 3 notation, and by substituting, we would get the value of 5. Notice here that these side limits are different to each other. So, how would we respond if asked for the limit at x equals 2? We would have simply said that the limit at x equals 2 does not exist. Remember, the one and only rule you must know. A two-side limit exists as a real number only when both one-side limits exist and are equal to each other. And by existence, we mean that the limit must be equal to a real number. We will see cases where a limit is equal to plus or minus infinity. In those cases, we say that the limit does not exist. So, let's do an AP calculus check. When you see a limit at a point, you should train yourself to ask two questions. What happens from the left? What happens from the right? If the answers agree, then you may have a limit. If they disagree, you should stop. The two-sided limit does not exist. Next, stay with me because on the next video, we are going to stop relying on formulas and we will learn how to read all of these directly from a graph, including one of the most common traps in limits, when you confuse the limit with the actual function value. And remember, the mega smart notes I am using to produce this video can be found in the description below. As always, thank you for watching.